Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We're at Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge. It's now time for North Georgia Senior Living with Jessi Barton, the Community Relations Director at Cameron Hall, and Ella J. No, you don't have to focus the screen. Okay, I want people to, you invited all them.
Yes, I hear you guys talk about winners and losers every week while I'm waiting, but I think the true winner this week would have to be myself because I get to share screen time with you guys.
Whoop whoop.
Raise the roof, right?
We are not taking time. You understand? Because it was a real matchstick here earlier. Pyrotechnics, these two right here. Take it.
Look out.
Take it somewhere else. Have a big conversation.
I'm so excited.
But keep it off this set, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I made a 4th of July, or I just made a fireworks post yesterday on social media, just putting something out there. And the next thing I know, she's telling me Brian and I, her husband, Brian and I, both of you, or have your license, whatever. You could like strike a match legally. That's all I got, right? I guess I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, which is dangerous.
And I was like, wow, there's a nice new fun fact.
Yeah.
So
how come you're not working last night? Were you working someplace?
No, we've actually kind of retired, semi-retired. So,
okay.
Yeah.
know nothing about it. You two enjoy.
There you go.
I'm glad somebody knows, trained, safe, everything. Because safety is important when our fireworks go in the air.
Boy, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
You're not kidding.
Yep.
Jesse, you asked, you do come up every week. We always do a segment together, this group here. And you said, hey, this week I want them to stick around. Tell me a little bit, take it over. You and Rick have worked together here doing the show. Tell them or start asking questions or whatever. You guys have a conversation, get me out of it.
Sure. So my idea was, I see them on their show every week, but they seem like the audience that is going to be, has a parent that they may need to place somewhere, or you guys, maybe you're planning for your future way down the line. And I take for granted that people know what assisted living is all about and the differences of the long-term care, but I wanted to see what the general population, what do they think?
We take this so seriously. You just don't even know. We take it to the point where we have a pre-production meeting every time we do a show. I mean, we want to be prepared. So what we came up with this morning is we love doing this so much that we want to keep the All-Star panel intact. So what we want to know is, can Cameron Hall take the three of us, do a triplex unit, so that we can age in place and can continue to do the All-Star panel.
Oh my!
We could probably work that out.
They kept that from me. You need to know. I wasn't in the pre-production
We're in
plan.
a pre-production meeting.
We need a green room and we need an outdoor venue.
This is across
Do
the
it
hall.
list of demands.
We need a wall of TV so we can keep up
We need
with
a bank of
everybody.
televisions.
Right.
You can work that out.
I can.
Yeah, because
Yep.
I'm sure you've got really fast Wi-Fi at Cameron Hall. We're going to need an audience. We've got kind of a built-in audience, right?
But
Sure,
they can't hear.
sure.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
We'll make sure that your heads are turned up.
No, that's not true.
I'm
And
kidding.
I know we're so
Well,
cute. They're
you
going to
ask
like
us.
us.
They're gonna love you.
Yeah, because we're gonna work the crowd. We're gonna live among the crowd.
You're gonna be the popular lunch table that everybody wants to go sit at.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
This is like
For
the
sure.
captain's table at the ship.
I love it. Who wears the hat?
This is the admiral.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
No, I'm not making light of that, but it does say something to the fact that people want to make sure that they can continue
Absolutely.
the activities and everything that they've been doing when they matriculate to their aging in place spot, right?
Right. And I actually had a conversation the other day, and he was like, I want to be independent. And I said, what does that look like for you? Is independent, does that mean you're in your own house? We try to not use the word home because home is really where you make it. So is it being in your own house? And he said, it's just doing the things that I still enjoy doing. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I don't think y'all will let me.
So are pretty much the units you have at Cameron Hall pretty much the same other than size and amenities? Or?
So we have 4 different floor plans that people can choose from based on kind of a studio that I equate it to. You don't want to spend a lot of money on your room if you're active at Disney World. You're just there to sleep. So I equate that to kind of our studio, is that you don't want to put a lot of time and effort into your apartment that you're just going to be sleeping in if you're really social and active, all the way up to 1-bedrooms, large studios. So
I mean, there is the possibility that couples can be there.
absolutely. I've had,
It's not just single.
right, I've had married couples. I've actually had a pair of sisters. They were so cute in their little apartment together. And I've actually had a parent and a child
Wow.
a couple of different times.
The uniqueness, among other things, about us is that we are all within 3 days of a birthday.
The same
Really?
year.
Yeah.
We have July 31, August
I've
2nd,
been through all this.
30.
August 2nd, and August 3rd.
The young, good-looking.
And we're all born
Yeah.
in the same year. And you've
I'm
heard
the youngest. July 30th. You guys
No,
are August.
no, dear.
July, August. I'm the
August.
oldest.
The second
I'm the oldest.
You're the
I got-
oldest.
Let me finish my
The
thought
best.
here, darling.
I'm the oldest.
The point I'm trying to get at is we're all going to turn 71 this year. However, we look back at our parents when they were 70 and we say, this has got to be the new 50. How does that transfer to Cameron Hall in terms of, groups our age, the baby boomers, and then the older generation from there? And do you see people from our age group coming in? Is it a little bit, or do they wait a little longer to make their new home?
Both. I actually have a lady, 68, who we've got the age range of 68 up to 102. So if you think about it, that it could be a parent and a child, if you're just going on ages. So the unique challenge to senior living is to accommodate the new 50. So as you're getting to that point that you're making the decision, we've got to have the amenities and the services and the activities that you guys have grown to love and enjoy, which is completely different than, like, say, the World War II generation.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys probably don't want to sit around and play bingo every day or play balloon volley, which has been so popular in nursing homes and retirement homes. You guys want culture. You want to go to the playhouse still. You want educated speakers to come in and teach you. You still want to learn. So our challenge is to find these topics and these activities that you guys enjoy doing.
What's so exciting to me is I grew up in a small town like Blue Ridge in Arkansas. And back then, my mother had 7 sisters and 2 brothers. So, and my mother was next to the youngest. So all of the older ones had to then move into the nursing home in our little town. And it was abysmal. I mean, there was not an option, nor had we ever heard of an option. I'm sure there were options somewhere in the big cities. I have no clue, but it was a dismal future. So to look toward. And now, I mean, I'm thinking in Blue Ridge, we have this. That's pretty exciting to me. I never thought about it really too much. My mother's 90. And so I start thinking about that, but it's really a blessing. I've heard that there's no vacancy. Are you full? Do you get in line? Should we go sign up right now? What should we do?
Well, there's turnover.
There is turnover. There is turnover. It is a natural piece of the puzzle.
Natural progression.
It is. We have to. That was one of the things that was hard to get used to, is that does happen.
I'm sorry. Go, please.
Let's be real.
It is. I mean, it is truthful, and so it's so awkward when somebody says, "How long do you think your waiting list is?"
I really don't want to
I
answer
don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
You can control that. Your parents were in a
they
retirement community.
Well, I mean, they were signed up to go to it. My mom dug in her heels and resisted,
Sure.
and then they got sick and they both died before they ever moved in.
Oh wow.
But she lost her majority of her sight.
Yeah, she had macular
So
degeneration.
I think her more concern was your dad going to be there with her to take care of her daily needs?
Yeah, and she was used to the house she was living in just by
Right.
touch.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let me
Right.
say
That would've been
this, because we do
traumatizing.
I appreciate you guys sticking around. We do have our pet of the week, and we do have to close. But I want to say this with Jessi here and having this group. You understand, realistic. You're 100% right, Bruce. But you bringing up your parents you talking about your mom. One thing I like to convey to our viewers out there, and you're here every week, is Jessi is the community relations director at Cameron Hall, but the show is called, or the segment, Senior Living. She wants to be your senior living concierge, okay, period. If you're in North Georgia, you move up here, you want to bring mom, you want to know what all to do, she wants to be your senior living concierge. And I guess what I would like for you guys to tell the audience out there is that conversation when you guys had it with your parents, with somebody, these conversations get tough. Your parents have homes, this and that. This is the person that is going to work with you, have compassion, and be real. And I would like to just get anybody that has to have that conversation to connect with Jessi. Would you not agree?
Absolutely. And Jane is in a situation right now where her mom is, her dear mom lives in Texas by herself. So there's that constant struggle, right? Is to, okay, do we leave mom down there? Do we move her up here? If we move her up here, what about her friends?
Yeah, she can be happy making
right.
a move.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So
It's
I mean,
a lot
those are
to
all
think of.
those are all things.
Those are
to
the
think
discussions
about.
that you have
That's
to
the
have.
checklist.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's what I want to say is Jessi is the person that I endorse to say, sit down with her, have all those conversations.
You know what would be fun is have a program from there. I've never been. I would like to come for
Absolutely.
a walk around, but
All right,
Love
it's a
to
done
have you
deal.
guys.
My head's spinning. I'm seeing all kinds of things already, but that's a done deal. Got it? Done
Got
deal.
it.
We will work it out. Folks, we thank you for sticking around. Yes, we're going to close the show with an amazing pooch from the
gonna say something
Humane
else.
Society
was gonna put
of
that
Blue Ridge. Our favorite part of the show, okay, outside of
I
Bruce's
resemble that remark.
outside of Bruce's humor, and okay, I got to go now. A lot of
Yeah.
trouble.
You got 200.
Pet of the week on the other side of these commercials. Let's go.